grace, and advanced yoga practice. My name is Niko Lúche. Take this time at the beginning of the practice to connect, to let go everything you've done so far in the day, anything else that is coming ahead. The next hour of your life, it's really about being present, tapping into the field of presence, where you're not expecting anything to happen. Just to be here and now. I want you to encourage you to try and explore the poses we'll do in the next hour in this back bending practice, and at the same time I want to warn you to be respectful to your body. If you know your body's not ready for it yet, you just really need to wait, because it will be ready at some point. If you need some props, if you learn some of these poses in other ways, other techniques, you can mix them up, you can apply them, whatever works. And if you need to skip some poses or some variations of the poses, don't feel bad about it. That's part of learning. We learn how to observe, and we learn how to accept what is. Our yoga practice is a celebration of who we are right now. And nothing needs to change for us to be able to celebrate. It's the way it is, and it's fine the way it is. And we're moving forward from this place. Enjoy it. Bring your hands together to your heart center. Start connecting with your deep Ujjayi breath. Just let it happen and let it grow inside. Start tapping into the rhythm of it, the texture. And on the next inhale breath, extend the arms out and up, palms touch above your head. And as you breathe out, slowly bring your hands down to your heart center. The movement will follow the breath. Inhale to open from the kidneys, the rib cage. Exhale, bring your hands down to touch the sternum. Deep cycles of breath. At ease, calm breaths. Keeping a steady, focused mind. The next hour of your life is about observing, becoming a silent witness of the process inside. On the next inhale breath, extend the arms out to the sides, palms facing down, and then as you exhale, twist to your left side. Bring your right hand to the outside of the left knee. With the inhale breath, you lengthen the spine from the foundation to the crown of the head. And then as you exhale, twist deeper. Inhale to expand. Exhale to move into that new space. With the next inhale breath, you move to center. Exhale, twist to the other side. Look at the form as a guideline, but it's really more about how you stabilize, how you lift from inside. The breath is all. On the inhale, move to center, lift the arms up, and then as you exhale, bring your hands to the mat. And cross your shins and step your feet back into downward facing dog. Take your time to feel comfortable. From the foundation on your hands and feet, you're lifting your body up. Spread your fingertips wide. Create lots of space between the shoulders and your hips. As you inhale, lift your right leg up. And then as you exhale, bring your right knee to the forehead and the forehead to the knee. And let's start warming up the body with core movements. Inhale to open. Exhale to draw in. The inhale breath expands, the sole of the right foot open to the sides, wide. Exhale, bring it in, all the forehead toward the knee, the back of the neck long. Moving with your breath, moving with integrity. On the last one, you're going to place the foot in between your hands. Support yourself through the fingertips. The back leg is steadfast. Pressing the back thigh up, lowering the right thigh down. And from your hips up, keep expanding the side body, long, even on the right and the left sides. Remember to keep the neck aligned with the rest of the spine. Take an inhale breath. With the exhale, you root through your left hand, right arm up. Feel free to move within the pose. You're twisting from the belly up. If your neck feels okay, look up to your right hand. As you inhale, come back to the floor, and then step your right leg back, coming into plank pose. Your forearms or your shins are pressing in toward the midline. The periphery of your body is hugging in. The thighs are pressing back. Scoop the tailbone under only until you feel the lift from below the navel. As you inhale, you're going to look up and then gazing at its dead point, lower yourself halfway down. Inhale, press up. Exhale, lower. Keep the elbows close to the rib cage. Inhale, lift up. Exhale, lower. In control. Stay there for a moment. And then come all the way down. Preparing for Cobra, extend your legs, point your toes back. As you inhale, lift the chest up. And on the exhale, release. There are waves moving in the spine with your breath. Inhale to open up, fingertips active, shoulders retracted. Exhale to release. With every inhale breath, you gain more space as if you were moving the chest forward and up. And then as you exhale, you soften. Take your time. Explore the movements from within. And try not to make any comments about what happens. Just see what is. On the last one, you're going to push yourself up and back into downward dog. So there are universal principles of alignment that help you stabilize your body. And they apply to most poses we do. Forearms hugging in, your shoulders becoming broad and open. The neck is relaxed. As you inhale, lift your left leg up. As you exhale, bring the knee to the forehead. Feel the lines. All we do in the asana practice is really connecting dots in the body. And there's a feeling, there's a sensation inside when your body is finally in alignment. You may need to modify it, you may need to be more creative, but at the end is that lightness from the movement what you're searching for. Bring the left foot in between your hands. Steady your back leg. Use your feet on the stickiness of the mat as if you were trying to bring them toward each other. Front and back, right and left, until you feel the inner thighs active, engaged, firing. Using your core strength, lift your chest a little bit more off the left thigh. Now make your right hand flat, and on the exhale breath, you're going to lift your left arm up. It's as important the moment in the pose as the transition from one to another. If there's more space, imagine a cobra pose. the chest moving forward and your shoulders moving closer to each other behind your back. With the inhale breath, you release the twist, and then step your right foot forward and fold in a standing forward bend, Uttanasana. Inhale, lengthen halfway. Exhale, bow to the earth. Inhale, lengthen, spine, neck, look forward. Exhale, bow. The center of gravity right over the arches of your feet. Your kneecaps pulled up. The tailbone scoops under again until you feel the lift from Mula Bandha, from below the navel. Now bend your knees, and as you inhale, extend the arms forward and up, Utkatasana, chair pose. This pose can create a lot of energy and fire in your body, so make your legs very strong. Hug in toward the midline, pull the kneecaps up, and stabilize from the base of the spine. Press your thumbs further back toward the space behind you and look up to the space in between your hands. And on the next exhale breath, twist to your right. Place the left elbow or tricep or even closer to the shoulder to the outside of your right knee. Work with your hands to create more space in your back. Now be mindful that your knee should be even here. The right knee is not in front of the left one. The right seat bone is pointing back. While your hips are stable, you're twisting from the navel up. Now bring your gaze down to the floor, balance on the right foot, and step your left foot back. If you're going for a deeper twist, you can help with your right hand to get that left arm totally on the outside of the right leg. And then bring the right arm behind your back. Again, choose a level in the pose that works for your body today. And since your body is always changing, you're just witnesses this transformation. As you inhale, come back to center, interlace your fingers, release the index, and come on up into high lunge. Soften your back knee a little bit so you can stabilize the hips properly, and then extend through the left heel. The left heel and the lower leg is moving back, and through the head of the thigh bone, you're moving your left hip forward. With your breath, create space in your kidneys. And then as you exhale, you lower the chest halfway. We're moving into one more variation in this pose, Warrior 3. Very strong legs. Through the outer shins, you're still hugging the midline even though your legs are not side by side. We never lock the limbs, not the arms, not the legs, so feel free to bend the right knee a little bit and keep lifting from the front and the back of the thigh. Then bring your hands to the floor and fold over your right leg. Inhale, lengthen the spine, moving with your breath. Exhale, navel in, and then you bow. Inhale to open to create some space for the pranic breath. Exhale, bow. You can stay in the pose. For more advanced level students, you can bring your left fingertips to the floor stable and the right forearm behind the right calf. You press the chest toward the thigh, and then you start lifting your left leg even higher up. As you inhale, bring your hands to the floor, and on the exhale, we're going to twist the spine. Extend evenly through all four limbs. Once you're comfortable with your balance, you can change your gaze either sideways or up toward your right thumb. Coming out of this pose, you're going to bring your hands to your left shin and start lifting your left knee up. Now don't bring it too high up yet, and focus more on your standing leg, on pressing the right foot down, on stabilizing through the front and the back of your right leg. And once that's achieved, start pulling your left knee higher up. You're going to bring your right hand to the right hip, open your left knee out, and then place your left foot on the inside of the right leg for tree pose. Your hips are squared to the front. There's a lift from your bandhas, from Mula Bandha, that creates the stability on the pelvis, and then your hands together. As you inhale, extend the arms out to the sides, and on the exhale, bring your hands behind your back. There are different positions for the hands. You can hold on to opposite elbows, or bring your hands in prayer position pointing down, or prayer position pointing up. We're getting into a back bend version of this tree pose, so the thoracic spine is lifting the chest forward and up. The shoulders move back. Tilt your head back. With an inhale breath, bring your gaze forward. And then as you exhale, release. Hands down, step your feet back, plank pose. There's integration from your core. Inhale, look up. Exhale, bend the elbows, come halfway down. Inhale, press on your hands, come up. Exhale to lower, in control. One more time, inhale, lift. Exhale, lowered, pause. And then release. Point your toes back, use the fingertips. As you inhale, peel your spine off the floor, look up. Take it to a comfortable level where the breath can still move. Allow yourself to experience everything about this pose. Every cell in your body present. Then release, lift the hips up and back, downward facing dog. Keep the tummy retracted and tune into your breath again. This pranayama, this breath harmony that we're looking for, allows the mind to remain attentive and present. As you inhale, look up, then bend your knees, and with the end of the exhale breath, step or hop your feet to the outside of your hands, coming into Malasana. The knees are going to press into the elbows and the elbows into the knees to give this action and counteraction with your thighs. The tailbone scoops under, the chest is moving forward and up. Using gravity as an opening force. Bring your hands down to the floor now and prepare for Bakasana, crow pose. With your knees you hug in, or for more advanced students, press the knees into the back of the arms as close as you can to the triceps. Toes touch. Gaze steady. Toes wide. And then release. Bring your feet down to the mat, parallel to each other, and then slide one at a time your hands under your feet. With the inhale breath you lengthen, and then as you exhale you fold. Your toes are stepping on your wrists, almost massaging them. Same principles of the outer shins hugging in, your thighs pressing back, the tail scoops under, and the spine lengthens to the floor. Release the head, just the natural weight of the head can stretch your neck. To release the pose, inhale, lift the chest, and on the exhale, release your hands. Utkatasana, second side. Inhale, lift the chest. Palms are facing in toward each other. The outer armpits are open, moving out and forward, and the inner armpits move toward the back body. If there's more space, explore with your breath. Now you bring your hands together, and as you exhale, you twist to your left side. Knees are even, hips balanced, and then from the navel up, you twist the spine. Be mindful of your neck. You can look up, but if your neck doesn't feel supported, you'll feel it, then look down. Step your right leg back. Stabilize. And if there's more space to go deeper into the pose, bring the right arm totally on the outside of the left knee and the left arm behind your back. Use your breath. Use the foundation on your feet to lift yourself up. Inhale, coming up, interlace your hands, opposite finger first, you cross your thumbs, reach up to the index. There's a back bend in this pose, but never at the expense of compressing the lower back. So feel free to lower your right knee or flex your right knee until you can find that neutral pelvis. Bring your hands to your heart. As you inhale, you shift all the way to the front leg. Balance your hips. In most cases, we need to move the hips out to the left a little bit more to be able to lower the right hip. Spread your toes, extend the arms forward if you're ready for it. And then bring your hands to the floor. Bow. Inhale, lengthen, open up through the front body. Exhale to open the back body. Inhale to lift. Exhale to work with gravity in this forward fold. For a level 2 student, bring the left forearm behind the calf. Work with those two against each other. So then you can lower the chest more toward the thigh, the top of the head reaching for the floor. Coming out of this pose, inhale to lengthen, stabilize through the right fingertips. Exhale, left arm up. Twist from the belly up. Move your shoulders toward the back. And the last one is your gaze to come up toward your thumb. As you inhale, move down toward the floor, swing your right knee forward, and then lift that knee with your hands. There's a certain level of resistance. Your hands resisting your knee and your knees resisting your hands, action and counteraction in the pose. Keep your gaze fixed. This is called your drishti. And then with your right hand, you're going to plant the right foot on the inside of your left leg. The thigh pressing into the foot and the foot into the thigh to create a lift from the lower body. You can stay here, feeling the breath moving inside. If you want to take this pose into a back bend, inhale, arms out, and then as you exhale, place your hands in Namaskar Mudra per position behind your back, or different options. First you shift your gaze up. Now your thighs are pressing back, the tailbone scoops under, and then lifting from the lumbar spine, from the lower back. Press your thoracic spine forward and up. Roll the shoulders back and then tilt your head toward the wall behind you. With an exhale breath, take your gaze forward, and then as you exhale, hands to the floor, step back into plank pose. Take your time. As you inhale, look up. On the exhale, bend the elbows. 3 push-ups. Inhale, press up. Exhale, down. One more time. Inhale, up. Exhale, down. Hover. And then release. Point your feet. Use the fingertips. Inhale to a high cobra. Make your legs longer and stronger. Always take your time to explore. There's freedom even within the pose. It's not a frozen body. It's a body that is alive and learning. And and then you take your hips up and back into down dog. If you need to rest in child's pose, go ahead. Now you're gonna come back into plank pose. Lower yourself to the ground. Inhale to cobra. And then as you exhale, you lower your chest to the floor. Inhale, extend the arms forward parallel. And then as you exhale, move the arms back. As in breaststrokes, inhale, reach out. Exhale, move back. Connect with the upper back. Make it stronger, mobile, receptive, alive. Inhale, reach, expand. Exhale, you're gonna bend your knees this time. Wrap the tops of your feet with your hands closer to the front of the ankles and then flex your feet back. The toes point toward the back of the mat. As you inhale, lift the chest. Try to press your thighs down to the floor, knees down, chest up. The arms work like cables here, so the chest is moving forward in front of your shoulders. Second variation, now point the toes up. Keep the chest lowered and lift your thighs off the floor. Very powerful legs here, kicking onto your hands. Getting a nice opening in the front of the hips. Last one. On the next inhale breath, lift it all up. The thighs and the chest. Maybe you roll back and forth with your breath. Lift your chin up and then release. Hands down. Inhale to one more cobra. And on the exhale, release in child's pose. Toes touching, knees comfortably apart. Hands are shoulder width, the arms are active here. You press your hands on the mat as if you were trying to move the mat forward. Breathe into the space in your back. Breathing and accepting the sensations in your body as they are. Now lift your head up. Place the elbows now shoulder width apart, forearms parallel, and then tuck the toes under, hips up and back. This is called dolphin pose. It's like downward dog on your forearms. You're still hugging in, the outer shins pressing in, the outer forearms pressing in. Walk your feet a little bit closer to the elbows, and then press your chest back through the arms. Release your head, even though it's off the floor. There's this quality of relaxation in the neck. Now walk your feet a little bit further forward. The back of the legs long, the heels maybe even coming down to the floor. Moving your hips more over the elbows. And then take a little break. We're just working on the preparation for an arm balance. So you may want to do the next pose against a wall or someone spotting you. If you don't feel ready for it yet, just wait. Because sooner or later, your practice will evolve to a point that you can do all these poses without forcing, without pushing. We prepared the forms for Pinchi Mayurasana for the forearm balance. Lift your left leg up. Fix your gaze on one point in the floor, more in between the arms, and then you may kick up. Try it a few times. The standing leg, the upper leg, kicks up. Once you can balance your hips, now connect with your kidneys and keep opening the back body. Those of you more advanced, a level 3 in this pose would be to bend the knees and to reach down with your toes toward the back of your head. There should be no compression in the back body. Extend your legs, lift up one more time, reach up, and then one leg down at a time. Release the pose. Downward facing dog. Deep breaths. As you inhale, look in between your hands. Flex your knees, and then at the end of the exhale breath, you step or hop your knees forward in between your hands. Sitting on your heels in Japanese style, this is called Virasana pose or hero pose. Rest the top of your hands on your thighs. Align the spine. Collarbones open, melting into the body. Take a moment to feel the pranic body, the energetic body. If you could describe this pose without naming your body parts, what would you say about it? On the next inhale breath, stand on your knees, arms out, and then as you exhale, bring your hands to support your back, either with your palms facing down or palms facing up. First you press your thighs back, then you tilt the pelvis, and then you move into camel pose, Ustrasana. Back body strong, the back body lifting and opening the front of the spine. Release the throat, release your head. For variations in this pose, press your hands on your thighs now and thighs onto your hands. The thighs don't move forward, they actually move back. If you feel stable, bring your hands in prayer position. Active legs, smooth breath, quiet mind. Inhale, realign the spine, come on up. Bring your hands to your hips, and then step your left foot out. Left leg straight. With your left hand stabilizing on your left thigh, bring your right hand behind the head. Inhale as you lower the right elbow to the floor. Exhale, lift up. We're going to start with lateral flexions. Feeling the side body strong, open, active through your core. Hips and shoulders square to the front. Exhale, you lift up. Now, as you inhale, extend your right arm up. Move the right arm bone into your shoulder and then open to your left side. Allowing, creating this sense of balance in your body. The left side is lifting and the right side is opening. You can bring your chin toward the right armpit. As you inhale, come on up, tuck your right toes under, and with the exhale breath, you're going to reach with your right hand for the right heel, stabilize your body, and then get back into the camel on one hand. The integration of the arm bones into the body, into the shoulders, will allow them to open without the risk of any injury, without the risk of overdoing it. With the next inhale breath, you lift up, and then reach with your right hand for the floor. Lift your left thigh up. Inhale, move the left bicep over the ear. Look up, reach out, left heel, left fingertips. A vibrant, radiant body. And then bend your left knee, reach behind, and hold on to the top of the foot. Kick the foot on the hand. Look up. Breathe. And then as you exhale, you're going to release. Moving into Ardha Matsyendrasana, take the left foot to the outside of the right knee. Feel free to move here to adjust your hips until you can feel both sits bones even on the ground, or trying to. Take your right hand to the outside of the left knee. Inhale, lift your left arm up, and on the exhale with the left fingertips behind your back, you'll be more stable and lifting from the back body to get into the twist. Inhale, open, feel the outside of the left thigh, the IT band, the outer glute. If you want to move into a binding position, you're going to have to get that right elbow more to the outside of the knee and then under the thigh, left arm back. Inhale to open, exhale to twist. As you inhale, come back to center. Now you're going to press on your right shin on the floor to be able to lift the hips up and getting ready for an arm balance. You're going to bend both elbows as if you were doing chaturanga, the low push-up. Support that left thigh with both triceps and maybe extend your legs. All these poses take a lot of preparation, and at some point you're ready for them, so feel free to play with it. Jump back, wiggle all the way up into cobra, opening the hips, look up, reach back with your head, and then downward facing dog. Deep breaths. Enjoy how your breath is moving, all this energy that is being released in your body. As my teachers say, we turn matter into energy, into consciousness. Jump your knees forward one more time. And Virasana. The pose of the hero within you. Take time to enjoy. Take time to be. As you inhale, come on up on your knees. As you exhale, place your hands behind your back, elbows back, shoulder blades closer to each other. Tuck the tailbone, thighs back, chest up. Ustrasana. Camel pose. So there are different modifications for this pose. One is to bring your hands down toward your heels and lift up from the ground. Only for those practitioners that can feel the support, bring your hands to your heart and do not attempt the next pose unless you're ready for it. Don't go all the way down unless your legs can maintain the lift, the energy, the weight off the head. As you inhale, slowly come on up into alignment. And then with your hands on your hips, you're going to shoot your right leg out to the side, toes pointing forward. Bring your left hand behind the head. As you inhale, you laterally flex your body to the left. And on the exhale, you come up. Nice and slow. You can just let your right hand slide over the right thigh. By increasing your breath, you increase the range of motion. Feel that lateral body getting strong. With the next inhale breath, lift the left arm up, and then as you exhale now, fully open. From your left hip, through the rib cage, the shoulder, the tricep, all the way to the fingertips. Turn your chin toward the left armpit if you feel the support on the back right side of your neck, and just breathe into the pose. Inhale, come on up. As you exhale, you're going to twist a bit to the left so you can get your left hand on the left heel. Remember that on the other side we had the toes tucked under, so if you need that, use it. And then you reach back with your right arm. Deep breaths. Back bending for forward thinking. Reach out. On the next inhale breath, come on up. And then as you exhale, you get into almost this variation of side plank on your knee. Side body long, from the right heel to the right fingertips. Stabilize, press that left hand toward the left knee. You're hugging in toward your body. And then you may reach behind, hold on to the top of the right foot. And again, explore the back bend on that right side. The hip flexor open. To come back down, you're going to guide the right foot to the outside of the left knee. Use your hands here. Maybe you want to center, align your hips to the center of the mat. Create a lift. Get the right seat bone down to the floor as much as you can. Once you feel ready, you support your right knee with your left hand. Inhale, open the right side of your body, right arm up. Exhale, bring the fingertips behind. Inhale to lengthen, press more, the outside of the right hip to the floor. Exhale to twist. You can also bring the left elbow to the outside of the knee, and if you're binding here, the left arm wiggles under your right leg and the right arm behind your back, shoulders back. Inhale to lengthen. Inhale to the space. Exhale, move back. Inhale, gaze forward, release your hands. Now moving into Kundiniyasana A, this arm balance. Bend the elbows, create a shelf on the triceps for that right leg, and then kick back, spread your feet. Remember to breathe, and maybe you can jump or shoot your legs back. Walk back toward your mat. On the next inhale breath, you zigzag into Cobra. Lift the chest. You can even let your hips come up if that feels good. And then move into Downward Dog. Back to the field of being. It's so important throughout our practice to remind ourselves that we're not this body. We're not what the body can or cannot do. We're the witness. Inhale, look up. At the end of the exhale breath, step or hop forward. Lengthen the spine. And then fold. We're going to get into some forward bends to neutralize all these back bends in the body. Slide your hands under your heels, fingertips pointing forward. As much as you can, get the elbows behind the knees. Hug with your arms, your legs, press down onto your heels, and move your hips up and out to the sides, as if you can make your hips just half an inch wider on each side. Inhale, lift the chest, and then as you exhale, come to sit down. Reach forward with your arms for balance. And then release, sit bones to the ground. Lift your feet off the floor, stabilize for a moment. You can bring your hands under your thighs to help you lengthen a little bit more. Tilt the pelvis as much as you can, and maybe shoot the legs forward for Navasana, boat pose. Feet together, hands together if you want. As you inhale, lower halfway, exhale, lift up. This is a lot of core strength. There's a pelvic tilt to move down. Exhale, come on up. It creates a lot of heat in your body. And then rest on your back. Happy baby pose. For this variation of happy baby, I have my hands on the outside of my feet. And with the elbows, I'm opening my knees a little bit wider. And then I'm really pulling down as a counteraction. Press your feet onto your hands, and you'll notice that more of your middle and even the lower back will come down to the floor. Then release the edges of your feet, hold onto the big toes, separate your legs wide. Engage your quadriceps, press your thighs toward the front of the mat, and then resist your hands with your feet by pointing the feet. Let your hips get heavy here. On your next exhale breath, bring your legs together. If this is too intense, you can use a strap behind your feet or your hands behind your calves. We always scoop the tailbone under, not to lift the hips higher up off the floor, but to engage the pelvic floor, to draw the navel in. Back of the neck long. And then release. Extend the arms out to the sides. Separate your legs. You're on a cross. Your right leg over the left one into eagle legs. If you can, hook the foot behind the calf. And then the right arm goes under the left one. Inhale to open. On the exhale, elbows to knees. Inhale, open up. Exhale, come on up. Again, we're working on some core strength. It's very important for a healthy back body to have a strong core, the lower abdominal muscles engaging and lifting, supporting the organs. On the last one, you want to open the arms out to the sides, and then with your left hand, take both knees to the left, gaze over to the right. Breathing into your kidneys. Imagine in this pose someone moving your right hip toward the front of the mat just for more space. Inhale, come back to center, and then release your legs up. We're going to do the other side. Inhale, separate your legs. Exhale, cross the left thigh over the right one. Hook the foot if you can. Then with an exhale breath, the left arm under the right one. Inhale to open. Exhale up. We go for 5 repetitions. On exhale, come up. Listen to your breath. Peel the entire spine off the floor. Knees to elbows. Elbows to knee. Good, and on the last one you hold it for an extra second. First you open the arms out, and then on an exhale breath, with your right hand you take the knees to the right, gaze over to the left. It's always the right moment to be present. It's always the right time. Inhale to center. Bring your hands to your shins. Pull the knees toward the chest. And then slowly release your feet to the floor in Baddha Konasana, butterfly legs. The soles of your feet facing each other, your palms facing up, open armpits. Learning how to rest when it's time to rest. When you feel ready, extend your legs and get ready for Shavasana. Pay so much respect to this pose as any other pose. This is the time when your body's recycling all this high energy, all this fire inside. Let your skin be soft. Let it all come back to you. At ease. In peace. Your mind is quiet, just observing your body falling asleep. Time to let go. Time to let be. Slowly bring your awareness back into this energy field. Before you start moving your body, just take a moment to feel it. All, everywhere. Notice the kind of energy that is moving through you right now. No comments about it. It's just what is. It's time bound. It won't last. But it's happening right now. And that's a good reason to observe it. Notice the way your breath is flowing through you. You're not doing it really. You're part of life. And you're one with life. Notice the level of activity of your mind. Observe more the gaps in between the thoughts, more the space than the content. And that's the real you, the witness. Very slowly, and start wiggling your toes and fingers. Waking your body up gently. You can move your chin side to side. Whenever you're ready, bring your knees together. Roll over to your right hand side and rest in fetal position. Start again, anew. And when you feel ready again, you're going to press on your left hand. Come back up. Adopt the same sitting position that you started your practice. This is a great moment to move into meditation if you have the time. The body and the mind are ready for it. And when I finish the practice with the hands together, first to the third eye, then to your mouth, and finally to the heart, to align your thoughts, your words, with your actions. And we bow to the teacher within yourself, to the teachers in your life, to the teachers in the past, and for the ones to come. Namaste.